What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video I'm going to be doing something new. I'm going to be taking a look at the Week 16 point spreads and over-under for all 16 NFL games. So we're going to start out with the first games of the weekend. You have Houston, currently favored by 3 at Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Houston on this one. Tampa Bay is without their number 1 and number 2 receivers. All Houston needs to do is win by more than a field goal. Houston, they have a lot of problems, but, they've got Deshaun Watson, and that's going to be enough. So Houston, -3, take them. And then the over-under is 50.5. You're going to want to take the over on that one. I have Houston winning the game 32-27. Buffalo. Buffalo is getting 6 points as an underdog at New England. Buffalo's played extremely well as of late. The only team they've lost to is Baltimore, which, a lot of teams lose to Baltimore. Baltimore's, beaten Seattle, San Francisco, New England, Houston, a lot of really good teams, including Buffalo. So I'm taking Buffalo on this one to win outright. The over-under is at 37.5, which is a pretty low over-under. I'm going to take the over on that one. I expect there to be some late game scoring, maybe even defensive scoring that probably won't get taken into account. Again, Buffalo +6. I have winning 24-17. And the Los Angeles Rams are given 7 points as an underdog at San Francisco. That game, I think a lot of people are going to be overreacting to the San Francisco loss to Atlanta. Remember what just happened to, Los Angeles. They got the brakes beat off them by the Dallas Cowboys, which, like everyone knows, San Francisco is better than Dallas. So don't expect, Los Angeles to, pull out some miracle. I have San Francisco winning, but I have Los Angeles covering. I'm going to take the over on the 45 over-under. I have San Francisco winning 27-21. Jacksonville is a 7.5 point underdog at Atlanta. I think a lot of people are, again, overvaluing the win against San Francisco. Atlanta's not consistent. They haven't won games back-to-back. I think they have 4 wins now in the season, which I think they started off 1-7, so, 4 wins in the last 6, relatively impressive, or 3 wins, rather, in the last 7. Is relatively impressive. But I'm going to take Jacksonville in this, +7.5. And then there's a 46.5 over-under. I'm going to take the over on that one. I expect Atlanta to win, but Jacksonville to cover 31-27. Baltimore is a 10.5 point favorite at Cleveland. I think this line has a lot to do with, how well Baltimore's been playing lately, but people remember what Cleveland did to Baltimore earlier in the year where, they kind of waxed them. I expect Baltimore to win. I expect Baltimore to cover. And then the 49.5 over-under, take the over on that one. I expect Baltimore to almost, cover that by themselves. I have Baltimore winning 38-24. Cincinnati is +1 at Miami. Take Miami on that one. They're favored. All they need to do is win by more than 1 point. The line started out as a pick'em game. It's at Miami. You're getting the better team. You're getting a team that has been playing better as of late than Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been playing better than they did early in the year, but they've still been playing relatively poorly. All you need to do is have Miami win by more than 1 again. So take them. The over-under is 46.5. I'm going to take the under on that one. I have 2 pretty bad teams in general. I have Miami winning 24-17. Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite at the New York Jets with a 37 over-under. I'm going to take the New York Jets, which are the 3-point underdog. I will take Pittsburgh to win, though. And then on the 37 over-under, take the over on that one. I have Pittsburgh winning 21-20. New Orleans, -3 at Tennessee. This one is one of the most peculiar matchups to me. I don't understand how New Orleans is only a 3-point favorite, but we'll see what happens from that. Take New Orleans on that one. Same thing as Houston. All they need to do is win by more than a field goal. They've been playing amazing football as of late. And then there's a 50-point over-under. Again, I mean, that's a 27-23 win, whatever that would be. So take the over on the points as well. I have New Orleans winning 34-27. The New York Giants are 2-point underdogs at Washington. I have the Giants winning the game outright. They've been playing better as of late. Washington's been playing grittier. But again, all you need to do is have the Giants either lose by less than 2, so by 1, tie, or outright win the game. There's a 41 over-under. I'm going to take the under and choose New York to win 21-17. Detroit is a 7-point underdog at Denver. This game, I'm going to take Denver. Denver's been playing decent football as of late. They ran into the buzzsaw that is Kansas City, but, Kansas City's on a hot streak right now, so don't take much from that. I think this is going to be a lot of what the Houston versus Denver game looked like, where Denver just kind of comes out of the gate, starts blowing out Detroit early. Detroit may be able to come back. And then there's a 38-point over-under. Take the over. I have Denver winning 31-21. Oakland is a 7-point underdog at Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to take Oakland to cover on this one, not to win. The Chargers have lost every single one-possession game that they've played so far this year. I expect this one to be their first win. There's a 45 over-under. Take the over on the points. 45 is not a whole lot, but I have the Chargers winning 27-21. Take Oakland +7 on that one. And then Dallas is a -2 favorite at Philadelphia. We all remember what happened the last time Dallas played Philadelphia. The issue I have with Philadelphia, I think that they have a higher ceiling, but they also have a lower floor. The last time they came to Dallas, Coach Doug Peterson said, we're going here to win and move on. And then, they got spanked in that game. I expect Dallas to win this game. I expect them to win by 4. There's a 46.5 over-under. These are two underperforming defenses, and although injured, but overperforming offenses. Take Dallas -2. I have them winning 31-27. Then Arizona, they're a 9.5-point underdog at Seattle. Seattle hasn't played well. Seattle doesn't blow teams out. Seattle doesn't play well defensively. So the 9.5 points that Arizona gets, plus the 51 over-under, I'm going to take Arizona plus the points. I have Seattle winning 34-31, which means you're going to take the over and Arizona. Then Kansas City is a 6-point favorite at Chicago. Kansas City's been playing great, especially defensively, in comparison, at least as of late. Take Kansas City -6 on this one. But then they have a relatively low over-under that I think they're going to be able to stay underneath. The 44.5 started out as a 45. I have Kansas City winning 27-17, which would be 44 points. So take the under and take Kansas City -6. Next we have Minnesota -5 at Green Bay. This one's kind of an interesting line. Green Bay is the number 2 seed in the NFC visiting Minnesota. But remember, Minnesota's undefeated at home. They've been playing fantastic football at home. Although they're just coming off a big win, I don't know if they're going to be having a letdown. I think that Minnesota is an incredibly motivated team. They've played like it. There hasn't really been any game where they just look like they've been out-schemed, out-prepared, and out-efforted. So take Minnesota -5 with a 46 over-under. I expect Minnesota to win 46 over-under. Take the over. I expect Minnesota to win 31-24. And then Carolina is a +6.5 at Indianapolis. Carolina, they've only gotten blown out in 2 games this year. That was the one at San Francisco and at Washington, which they ended up coming back and almost winning. It was less than 10 points. But 6.5 at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is on a 6 or 7 game losing streak, I think. Not great for them. There's a 46.5 over-under. Both of these defenses have been underperforming as of late. I expect Carolina to win outright. Underdog 6.5 points. I expect them to win. Take the over on the 46.5. Carolina wins 27-24. So again, Houston -3, Buffalo +6, Los Angeles +7, Jacksonville +7.5, Baltimore -10.5, Miami -1, the New York Jets +3, New Orleans -3, the Giants +2, Denver -7, Oakland +7, Dallas -2, Arizona +9.5, Kansas City -6, Minnesota -5, and Carolina +6.5.